Hi, I'm Rajeswari Premkumar. I'm presenting my final project, Amazon AWS CloudTrail, for the cloud computing course at Harvard University Extension School. Good morning to everyone. So, what is CloudTrail? CloudTrail is a web service offered by Amazon AWS to record all the AWS API calls to your account and deliver the log files to you. Amazon offers this CloudTrail for recording the user actions and events that happens across the services. But not all the services can log a event in CloudTrail, but just few. But it is a very useful service now, using which you can track the user actions and verify if the user is compliant with the rules and take actions accordingly. So the CloudTrail gets the history of AWS API calls, and it gets the user events and track what request the user has given to your account and what actions he has done on your account, and also the related errors that happen during the actions or events. So you can track the calls that are made using Amazon AWS Management Console, or using the AWS SDKs or command line tools or any other high-level AWS services. So this means that the CloudTrail can monitor any user action and the actions that were made using the management console, or if the user has used any SDKs to perform the actions on your account, or even if the person has done any actions using the command line tools on your account, or using any other AWS services on the account, it will be tracked and captured in the logs. So what are the advantages of the CloudTrail? So it is really easy to set up. It does not involve complex steps, and it helps to track the user actions, which we know, and it helps to administer your account and also apply security on the applications or any data that you're sharing. And the main thing is it is free of cost. Basically, it does not involve any cost, but it uses the S3 bucket, the Amazon S3 bucket, which is actually not free. So it whatever cost that comes with usage of the S3 bucket applies to this. What are all the drawbacks? So the drawbacks include a few, like the CloudTrail generates huge logs, so log files. So basically it will eat up a lot of space, or it will consume a lot of memory, or it is associated with a huge volume of storage. So and naturally it is related to the cost. So you have to be watching it out. So since it generates huge log files, you should think about using the automatic or setting up the retention policy on the S3 bucket. So it will purge or delete the old log files from the account, from the S3 bucket. And passing the log files to read specific data from the CloudTrail log files is not so easy, because it stores huge data and many data which may not be of interest to you. So, but if you have to pass a log file, it's not straightforward, but it's relatively easy. And Other thing that I saw as a drawback is like the CloudTrail delivers event only after 15 minutes of the API call. For example, if the user has done the delete action now, you may not be able to know it immediately. The events get captured only after 15 minutes. Then we go how to configure the AWS CloudTrail. The CloudTrail can be configured in many ways. One, using the CloudTrail console, which is through the AWS management console, and from there you go to the CloudTrail console. Then using the AWS SDKs. So we have this CloudTrail processing library, using which you can write programs in Java and configure the CloudTrail. The other method is to use the AWS CLI commands to set up the CloudTrail. Also, there is a CloudTrail API, special the separate CLI for the CloudTrail, using which you can create, delete, or update the CloudTrail setting. And then if you are using the AWS CLI commands, you might want to verify if the CloudTrail feature is already installed. So you can just type in AWS CloudTrail help in the command prompt. Once you type it, you should get an output which should include these commands. Like it should show that these commands are available to you: the create subscription, create trial, delete trial, etc., etc. So I checked it on my machine, and I did not have to do any additional installation to have these commands working. So it was there already, but in case if it is not there, you might want to check how to have this added. So for details on these commands, you can go to the Amazon website. The link is given here. If you click, it will describe what each command does and what are all the parameters that has to be passed to the commands. So then we'll see how to set up the CloudTrail using the CloudTrail console. So you go to the Amazon website, go to the management console, and click on the CloudTrail from the list of services that gets displayed. Once you click on the CloudTrail, you will go to the welcome page and of the AWS CloudTrail. Here you click on get started command. Once you hit the get started command, you will have this CloudTrail configuration window. So I have specified what you have to do here. Basically, if you have a S3 bucket already created, you don't have to create it newly. You can just click no and specify the S3 bucket. But if you don't have any new bucket, you can just make it create here. So you have to just click yes and give the new S3 bucket name. And then you will have a blue button over here which will say advanced options. Once you click that, you will get these displayed, which is the options to specify the SNS topic. So the SNS topic is again something new which will get created. So you give a new name here and click on save button. So the whatever SNS topic name that you have given here will get automatically created. And the other thing is, like, you have the option to start the logging or stop the logging. By default it will be off. You can just click over here to set it on, and from then the CloudTrail will start logging in your and creating the log files in your S3 bucket. So how to read the log files? Once the logging is set on, the log files will get dumped on our S3 bucket. So the log files are by default compressed and are in JSON format. So you can click on that link and download the JSON file to your machine, and you can try passing it through any program, or try viewing it in any of the JSON viewer. To me, the Google Chrome looked to be the easier option. So Google Chrome has this extended feature to view the JSON files called JSON viewer. Click on the link given here, and it will show you the application or the extended application that you can add to your Google Chrome browser. And once you add it, you can open the JSON file using Google Chrome directly. So the file that gets opened in the Google Chrome after the JSON viewer installation, it will be like this. So it will show your intended log file, which will include the event data. So the event data has the event version. It will show the user identity, basically the ID and the name of the user, or and the time when the event happened, and what was the source, and what is the event name, what was the region and the source IP address and user agent, etc., etc. So this is a huge information to begin with. So but whatever that is of interest to you, you can pick it and try to apply or do some monitoring over it. So I tried doing the automation of downloading the log file, or like reading the user event using Java SDK. So this is the flow diagram. So in AWS CloudTrail configuration, you saw that we set up the SNS topic to get the notifications whenever the user event happens. So the user event get notified. After that, you have to create a Amazon SQS queue to get these notifications. Basically, you have to subscribe to the SNS queue from the SQS that you create, and once the queue keeps coming to the SQS, you can fetch the queue from the Java API program, and you can get the event data in the program, and then you can try to pass it or do any actions out of it. You can either load a database, or create a text file, or create a report out of it, like however you want. I went ahead using the Java API to automate this process. So as a next step, we go now creating SQS queue. The SQS queue, you know how to do it. I did it using the management console. The default settings are fine, and then subscribe the SNS topic that we created during the CloudTrail configuration. Subscribe to that topic in the new SQS queue that you create. Then comes the big thing, the AWS CloudTrail processing library. We need this library to process the CloudTrail events. Actually, you can also create the trial, or update the trial, or delete the trial, or do everything using this processing library. Since I already created the CloudTrail or configured the CloudTrail using the management console, I'm just using the CloudTrail processing library to process the event data. So you can get the library from the GitHub website. This website offers the source code for the library. You can download it and then create a jar file out of it. The instructions are there already. On the other hand, you can also directly download the jar file, which is easy. I found the jar file in this website. You can download the jar file and add it to your Java build path. create a new project and set up the build path and add the downloaded jar file as an external jar in the and then you create new Java classes, and the sample Java classes are also available in the GitHub website. You can download them and create the Java files out of it, Java classes out of it, and then there is also a property file that you have to set up. You can create a new property file, but follow the instructions given over there. It needs the AWS access key, the secret key, and the SQS URL. The SQS service that we created just before, you have to copy the URL from the properties and put it in the properties file. Then you have to add the properties file to your project. Basically right click the source folder and then create a resource folder if you want, or like copy paste the properties file directly on the source folder so that it will get automatically picked up while your classes execute.